President Akufo-Addo says he's unfazed by threats by some constituents of Kwabre East demanding better roads to vote out the New Patriotic Party in the 2024 election. When asked during an interview on a Tech FM in Kumasi, the president said such threats do not frighten him.
No problem.
You do it.
I'm saying, people make those kind of threats. Me, they don't frighten me.
Okay.
Somebody votes for you, somebody supports you. It's because they want you to do things for them. I understand that. There's no need for people to go to Manya, say. I don't want to answer. Of course, the mayor. About to decide this over to my NDC. I want to answer. I don't know myself. Will be a song and in Timsu, baby. And they are the important thing is that we have a responsibility. I understand the responsibility, and we will deal with it.
Meanwhile, government spokesperson on governance and security, Pagre Boachidankwa, has, however, refuted claims that President Akufo-Addo is unconcerned about the plight of Ghanaians. According to him, the president's comments on not being afraid of the NPP losing votes have largely been misinterpreted.
Not at all. I do not think that President Akufo-Addo, the president of the republic, was calling the people's bluff. I follow social media commentary, and even earlier on this morning, I was on one of the networks as well, and I discounted all those assertions that people were trying to juxtapose to the very good intent of the president as it relates to his visit into the Ashanti region. Now, you would realize that the president did state that, yes, of a truth, development is very holistic. And as much as we desire to develop on a value chain and ensure that it impacts everyone, it's a process where certain communities might not have their development happening at the very moment where the president is there. But it does not mean that those people's desires and needs will be neglected as far as and as long as our government is in power. So I'd like to reassure the people of Kwabre that, yes, the president did not intend to state that you can desire to vote for another political party or not, but really for him to be able to let you know that, yes, I mean, your concerns are very well known to him, but in the midst of that, he's making sure that he's meeting the entire needs of the Ghanaian people. I mean, the president, definitely wherever the president does speak, becomes news for everyone to be able to put into it. And I'm letting you know very clearly that you are aware that on every electioneering year, we do not force people to go and vote for NPP or NDC yourself. There's never been a day where I have either come to you and said that, my friend, let's go and vote for the NPP political party. Anyone who goes to vote, votes on their own willingness.
Let's have a conversation on the back of this. And joining me via the telephone lines is political scientist Mohammed Abbas. Mohammed, what do you make of President Akufo-Addo's comments that he's not threatened by calls for the NPP to be voted out of office, not anywhere than the Ashanti region, which is the World Bank?
Thank you very much, and good evening to your listeners. I think, first of all, if you look at the reaction of the public to this comment, clearly it indicates that the communication didn't go on well. So that clearly we can see that the president's response or comment or what he said actually politically didn't win him a favorable response in terms of trying to win the hearts of the people, which is what politics is about. You see, politics is beyond just the mind trying to convince the people, but to win their hearts. And to the extent that the reaction out there, in fact, today listening to one radio station, almost every person who they talked to didn't actually like what the president said. It angered a lot of people. They said so many other things. So clearly, it's a communication gone wrong, and we have to admit it. And the person I just listened to right now, that what he was saying was his own interpretation, of what the president said, and I don't even see the connection, the link. He is trying to just do a sort of a damage control, and that even makes it very bad. Why would the president speak, and that speech is not so clear to the people that they get exactly what it is, and they are not feeling good about it, and somebody else has to come and interpret it and try to, and that is, totally wrong. So I think we have to look deeper than we are doing currently.
Right.
And the question I asked when I was engaged by another radio station was 4 years ago, or even 8 years ago, will the president speak like this? And the answer is clearly no. He wouldn't speak like this.
Indeed. Mohammed, on that, let me come in here. Critics are saying that he's making such rhetorics because he's in final year. He has nothing to lose. Is that really the case?
That can be gotten exactly from what he has said. Because what he has said, I look at even the body language. You can see that clearly. I mean, there's nothing at stake for him. The way he said it, I'm not threatening, and then he even added into Uber, yes, I will do it. I will do it. You can see clearly that it's coming from deep down within him, unconsciously, how he feels today. So I deduced at least 3 possible reasons why he will speak like this. And the first one for me is that he has achieved his own fulfillment, which I describe as a political fulfillment, narrow fulfillment, which is about himself. He has reached the very pinnacle, of political career, being a president, attaining the 8 years. So, I mean, for him, he has seen it all. So whatever you do, that is not my problem. And then the second one, clearly, I see some arrogance that normally comes not from his person per se, but from power. Exercising power for a very long time. There's that hidden arrogance that it gets to a stage you feel you are on top. There's nothing at stake. And so I see that one there. And then finally, too, I see some sort of being overwhelmed. The president is overwhelmed. If you look at the current situation, economic condition, how things are not going well, and everybody bashing you here and there. In fact, unconsciously, it only needs a moment like this, and the way you really feel will come out. So I see some disappointment here and some sort of frustration also in him at this stage. So this, for now, I think are the 3 possible reasons I can deduce from what I have seen.
Mohammed Abbas, thank you very much for your expert analysis.